done with our installation and it is time for us to power it on. So we start, for you to power every installation, you start with the battery. So we need to first turn on our battery. As you can see, 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 as you can see. So these are lithium battery connected in parallel and with their communication cable signaling to them and telling them this is how it works. So the both of them are still communicating with each other. It's an alarm that it has come up. So that's the communication. So the next one, now after you've on your battery, you go straight to your battery breaker, and our battery breaker is here. So don't forget, this is our bus bar. The whole battery is connected to the bus bar. Then from the bus bar we have our battery breaker. So you power it on for the master inverter. These are master inverter. You power it on 1, you power it on 2. So immediately you power your battery on, the next thing you need to do is to on your inverter. And as you've known, these are 6 kVA Deye hybrid inverter. You need to power it at the bottom. The power on is at the bottom. So you press it, it's on a blue light. Then wait for a second before it come up. Then the parallel, which is the slave, power it on also. So it will come up. You see, it still delay for some time. That's why it is programmed to delay for some time. Then it will come up. Then it is on. Then the other one is also on. So these are our master. As you can see. So these are master model 1. It shows that it's the master MO1. That's the master. As you can see. Then this is slave. The S, you can see SO2. The SO2 means slave. Slave. Then after some time, the both of them make a sound ta ta. The ta ta sound means that the inverters are working. Then the first ta that you hear is a battery signification. It signifies that the battery, the inverter has seen the battery. So the battery, this is our battery, shows you have seen our battery, and you can see the MBS is working. You can see here from the battery that is really working. So you can see from this place also that our battery is there, the same thing. The both of them are seeing the same thing. So now the next step after you power your inverter, the next thing that will come up is that something that people don't know about the inverter is that immediately you power on your inverter, it will not give you output immediately. The inverter is going to scrutinize it. It's going to check if your configuration is okay. It will check everything and balance them. Then after checking that all your connection are okay, that is when it's going to give you output. So right now we have our output. Our output is not on yet. It's not. So the inverter is still checking. So the inverter is still checking. So our output is back after some time. Now our output is back. You could all hear tum tum. So see, the output is back. So it used to take maybe like 10 minutes or 5 minutes to discover your connection before you could see your output. So our output is back. We have 235 and we're having the same thing here. 235, the same thing. Because both of them, this is the master and this is the parallel. So after the configuration of your output, the moment you are seeing your output, the next thing you need to go to is your PV. So to power your PV on. So this is inverter 1, PV1, PV2 for this, and we have PV3. So this inverter can carry up to 500 volts panel. So it can power it up. So now we are powering our PV1. You can see this place, you see there was nothing, 0, 0, 0. This place, there was nothing. So I'm powering the PV1 now. You can see we have 425. Then you can see our wattage 2000. You can see 2006 something. You can see our amps, 7 amps. So I'm powering the second one. So PV2. So PV2 is here. So you can see from here, PV2 is already loading. So PV2 I've started working. So this is the other PV3. So let me power the PV3 on. So PV3 is also on. So you can see our solar panels are on. If your solar panel is on, you are going to see this blue light moving. The blue light will start moving. The blue light will start moving, and it's going to be telling you the amps, the kilowatts, and the wattage is generating. All you just need to do is to press it. Then you are going to see the old readings. You are going to see the old readings. The inverter is generating. I love the A so much, and I know you will love it. So the next thing we need to do right now, as you can see, our batteries are charging. The other set are full, so these ones are still charging. They are charging. It's at 99, so it's almost full. So they are charging. Now, the next thing we need to do right now is to power up our input. So this is our input breaker, and if you can see from here, you will notice there's a sign. See from here that there's a danger logo here. It shows that there is no input. So anytime you are seeing something like this from your Deye inverter, it shows that the inverter has not received input yet and input has not entered. You see there is nothing here. So there is no input because we've not powered on our input breaker. So this is our input breaker in which we are powering up now. So the inverter, it will take the inverter 60 seconds to bring it up. So the reason why it's like that might be maybe your NEPA is switching up light or the generator is not good. So the inverter needs to check the voltage. It needs to check the frequency of your source that want to charge the inverter. So it's still checking it. So we're on the input breaker for inverter 2 also. So it will take some time before it come up. 60 seconds. So 60 seconds is still reading. So we have to wait for 60 seconds for the input to come up. So this is Deye, and I love the way they work smartly. It works smartly. It works smartly, and it's easy to install, and it's advisable for home organization, complaint, filling station, and it has its own bigger size. If you are getting 20 kVA, 30 kVA, 40 kVA. So we are still waiting for it to come up. So after 60 seconds, the input is going to come up. As you can see, the input is on. So this is our input. It's going to tell you the wattage you are using in a day. So we have our voltage here. So we have 215. Then we have our frequency, which is 50. I love the same thing with the slave inverter. So the same thing, they have the same input. Don't forget that we connected the both input together in our box, input bar box. The input are connected together because of the parallel connection. If you are doing a parallel connection, you will need the bus bar, the output bus bar, so that everything can work perfectly. Now it is time to see our output. Our output is here. We have 220 for our output. Then we also have our output here, the same thing. So now we want to power our output before we go into the slave and master configuration. The slave and master configuration and inverter setting configuration. So let's power up our input, our output. You can see the whole building has lights. So the whole building is powered by lights. So you can see from here, I tell you the power we are consuming. It shows the power we are consuming. It shows the voltage. It shows the frequency. After the whole day, it's going to give you the total consumption of the day. So to know how many load you are powering and how is your consumption. So I'll be teaching you again. I'll be explaining to you on the configuration of master and slave in our next class. Thank you.